5. 10 get married, 5 get divorced. That's in the church of the living God. That's in the church. 10 get married, 5 get divorced. 10 get married, 5 get divorced. I said many years ago, I just quit marrying people years ago. Honest to Pete, I just quit. I quit. Why? Because they lie to you like a dog. They lie to you like a dog. An absolute dog. I get them in there for several hours of counsel. I give them tapes, and they go out and they make promises. Don't keep them. Now, if somebody in this church comes in this church, grows up, and I watch them in this church, I'll definitely perform ceremony. Oh yeah, I'll be glad to. If these little old gals down the road grow up and stay faithful and stay in and get the right man and they want pastor to marry them, yes! Yes! Smile from ear to ear. But imagine the confusion and everything that's going on in our country. Millions of, and I call them houses, they're not homes. They're not homes. I pray every night with my little bride. Every night we pray. I thank the Lord for my little bride, and I thank the Lord that my little bride has the strength to continue to help make our house a home. Every night. Every night. And I pray for you every night. Every night. Pray for you every night. Every night. I ask you to pray for me and my family. I always ask you to pray for me and my children. We have so many children that we don't have time to name the names, but pray for all of our children. Pray for all of our children. Please do that. Picture the chaos and the frustration in a business where there are no job descriptions. Just think about that. Just think about that. Where you work. No job description. And all the people running around, no job descriptions. Where everything is everybody's business and nothing is anybody's business. Where everyone is a chief and we have no what? No Indians. Everybody's a chief and no Indians. And this is the kind of confusion, kind of chaos and frustration that exists in many millions of marriages. Millions of marriages today. Because there's never been a sorting out of the responsibilities. There has to be a sorting out of the responsibilities. What is my job title in this marriage? What am I supposed to be doing in this marriage? I'm the man. What am I supposed to be doing? Men, what is your job title here? The Bible defines the wife's God-given responsibilities to her. Oh, yes. Yeah. And the husband as well, as the husband's God-given responsibilities to his wife. Oh, yes, he's got responsibility. Everybody has a responsibility. What is the responsibility? Hopefully today, we're going to focus as much as we can on the husband's responsibility to his wife. Number one, I read to you 3 different times where God tells the man to what his wife? Love. Why, in those 8 or 9 verses, 3 times, did God say, husbands, love your wives? And then number 2, he tells the husband to lead his wife. So the husband is to love her, and he's to lead. And she's to what? Follow. Now women, listen up. This goes totally against everything that your spirit and the inside of you wants to do. It goes go all the way back. So you got it. You go all the way back 6,000 years ago to the Garden of Eden, where Eve launched out. Eve launched out. That's where it comes from. She overstepped her bounds in listening to the devil. And that sprang all the way forward, some 6,000 or however many years it was. That's where it comes from. Now, a husband is responsible to love his wife. The wife has such a great need for love, and they do. Women are so precious. Wives are so precious. They're so wonderful. God made them so great and fantastic and outstanding. He even took the rib from the man to make the woman. He even took a rib, put Adam to sleep, had the first operation, took a rib, and made something absolutely perfect in the woman. She's absolutely perfect. I think my bride is just perfect. And you men need to be saying the same thing. I think my bride is just absolutely perfect. Is she perfect? Does she do perfect all the time? Well, I think she does pretty much. Pretty much. I really do. But the wife has such a great need for love, or the husband has such a great lack of love, I'm not sure which, that God commands the husband to love his wife 3 times within the space of just a few verses. 3 times. I remember my school teacher used to say, listen on purpose. Listen on purpose. And she did that for a reason. Twice husbands are instructed to love their wives as themselves, and once they're instructed to love their wives as Christ loved the church. Now turn to Ephesians chapter 5, verse number 25. Ephesians chapter 5, verse number 25. And I want you to read along with your pastor. Ephesians 5:25 says, husbands, who's there? Ephesians 5:25 wants to read that. Ephesians 5:25, it wants to read that. Who wants to read that? Ephesians 5. Mr. Baker, go ahead.
Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her.
Now, God said to the husband, husband, I want you to love your wife as Jesus Christ loved the church. Oh, listen, folks. That is an unbelievable one. That is an unbelievable one. In Ephesians 5, verse number 28, drop down there. Ephesians 5:28. Who would like to read that? Ephesians 5:28. Who would like to read that? Ephesians 5, verse number 28. Go ahead, Ollie.
In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself.
Now, did you hear that? So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. In Ephesians 5:33, who'd like to read that? Ephesians 5:33. Ephesians 5:33. You're already there. Who wants to read it? Ephesians 5:33. Who wants to read it? Ephesians 5:33. Go ahead, brother.
Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the husband see that...
No. And the what?
And the wife see that she reverence her husband.
Whew. And the wife see that she what?
Reverence.
So the wife is supposed to what her husband?
Reverence.
Reverence. Do you know what that means? Show great respect to your husband. To honor your husband. To show unbelievable affection to your husband. To show deference. D-E-F-E-R-E-N-C-E. Now what does that mean? Deference. Listen what that means. Folks, you got to do word studies in the Bible so you can know what in these Sam Hill God is talking about. You've got to do word studies. You've got to have your good, strong analytical concordance so that you can look these words up. Or a Young's analytical concordance. Either one of them are good. So the word deference means to submit to his opinion, his judgment, and his wishes. Now, folks, listen. Women automatically don't want to do it. They've got their own way. Now, I'm not saying that mean. I'm not being mean when I say that. It's just how the women are being. Amen? Okay. We men usually spend a great deal of time, now listen up, men. This is going to whomp you right now.